Hello, procrastinators, and welcome to Nerd³ Makes. Different series, new things. I've built a game. I'm going to be building more. I thought I'd sort of do a video that's a debrief and deconstruct of what happened and how I built it and the order and stuff. A bit kind of more game developy and how I did things, and this is more for me to watch and go back on and go, God, I was an idiot back then, but I think it might be interesting to share. If you have absolutely no interest in this, links to actually download this game are in the description. All the games that I make will be free. I like making free things, that's what I do. So there'll be links in there. The torrent will be faster because I haven't quite worked out how I'm storing it on a server yet without it costing me a hell of a lot of money. So the torrent will be lovely and work faster than any other option. So I'm just saying that. Right, this is How to Snooker. I really didn't want to call anything How To. Like, How to Job was just a stupid working title. But How to Snooker came about because I said I was watching a video render and it was running so goddamn slowly. I was like, I'm just going to play around with the Construct 2, which is what I use to make games. And I actually made a little bash around. Basically, hang on, I'll give you a thing. You could click on the ball and lob it, and it would bounce around and hit the balls. And that was it. And I was like, I could make a snooker simulator at the time this video has taken 40% to render. And pretty much everyone went, oh, I don't know how to play snooker. Like, no one knows how. Everyone knows how to play pool. Like, nobody knows how to play snooker. Is it an English-America divide? I don't quite know. But I decided then just to build a full snooker game. It didn't take me long. It was like the one day of about 12 hours. I just sat with it, went rah, and bashed out the version that came out a while ago. This is 1.1. I gave it an extra 3 or 4 hours of polish. And I don't think I'll be doing anything else with it. I think it's just done now. Shall we get started? If we push C, we can check the controls. Yeah, it worked. Left click is a standard shot, right click power shot, middle click weak shot, and middle scroll is a teeny shot. Why didn't I capitalize that? Oh, there's going to be a lot of problems like that. I did make this game very quickly. Like, this was, like, not even a full day's work. Well, technically it was 2 days, but not, like, full 24 hours work. Yeah, a lot of people were like, oh, you can't do shots because they're just clicking and going, oh, there's not enough controls. Oh, I actually set the power across all the there's 4 different types of power shot across the mouse. Because I had a system where you'd click and hold and then let go and that would be the power and stuff, but it's too... I don't know, I wanted a really quick and accessible snooker game, because this isn't a proper simulator. I just wanted something you could literally bash out and go, hey, this is kind of fun. That's what I wasn't aiming for simulator, I was aiming more for getting it done quickly kind of thing. Just something you could, because it slowed gameplay down. You like click and wait and go. I like the immediate click and then your ball's off and boom, 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 everything's going. I like that. Right, M toggles music. Damn right it does. I hate that little thing that I made in the corner. That looks so awful, but I just wanted to make sure I could do it. So that only appears when the music's silent. Fun bug that had. I used to set it so whenever I pushed M, it would alternate. But that meant if you pushed M and then reset the game, the music would come back on, and that would then be alternating, so it wouldn't be it would be the wrong way around. So many fucking stupid little bugs. I'd love to talk you through. R resets the game. Yes, it does. H is how to play, and I is info. So close controls, go to H. We don't actually have to do that, but if we push H, nothing happens the first time. Don't quite know why. Haven't worked that one out. How to play. Pot a red ball, pot a coloured ball. Repeat until all the red's gone, then put the balls in the order shown in the top right corner of the board. Up here, you see these little colours here? That's who you already got to pot them. So it's red, yellow, green, brown, blue. It kind of looks purpley there. Pink, and then black. Each colour is worth a certain point value. I do want to give like a full, here's every single rule. Just the gist, and then you work out as you go sort of thing. And you'll lose points for missing or hitting the wrong kind of ball first. Yes, you do. Actually, I did miss a rule. I'll tell you that in a minute. Try and score as many points in as few shots as possible. If this confused you, Google. Yes. Really, yes, I recommend Google more than that. But no, I missed the rule. You're supposed to pot a... Sorry. The music stops and the club gives a little bit of applaud. That's a stupid detail. And that's the sort of details you'll enjoy in my games. Just that little round of applause before they start playing the next song, which is the same song. This is set in hell. What was something? I'll remember it when I look at it. Oh yeah, the rule that I missed. You're supposed to pot a red ball, then a colour ball, then a red ball, then a colour, red colour, whatever. You don't do that in this. You can just pot all the reds. I didn't know that wasn't a thing. I thought you could just pot all the reds. Just pot all the reds, and then if you wanted to put a colour, go for it, but if not, go red. So I didn't add it, because I actually didn't think it was a rule. Fuck it. It really doesn't matter. I mean, because this is a single-player version. So it's kind of different. It plays differently. I had to add like penalties and things, and basically I had to give it something to fight for, which was score efficiency, and we'll come to that later. Let's push I to see the info. Look, it's me. It's info. It's boring. It's me saying I built this and how long it took. Oh, and yeah, you're totally free to make any videos of any and all games that I make. Go fucking nuts. Make and monetize whatever, because that's awesome. Right, so this is the board. I actually stole this board from Wikipedia. It's a public domain image. Actually, it's Creative Commons, but I can use it. I can remix it, whatever. Oh, I should put that in the info. Shit. So the board's been nicked. I added the Nerd³ thing just because it looked really bland without it. Like, it looks really wanky. It's like, look, I made a game, but it's actually just because without it, the color was just a little bit bland. I did tweak all the colors and stuff. I made the balls. They're a little bigger, I think, than what they're supposed to be on a standard size pool board, snooker board, because snooker tables are fucking huge. But I kept these the same size, so these aren't the size they look like they are in this new version. I have tweaked those. Something absolutely fucking nobody noticed was you can actually click on the ball and move it around at the start, and it only moves inside the little D. Which, yeah, that's cool. That took me a little while to get going, but that's quite cool. That is the glitchiest part of the game. By far, because you can just fuck it up. You can crash into the other balls and really mess things up there. So be gentle and delicate. I had the problem, though, because it sort of sets that this little D, as soon as it leaves the D, then you drop the ball. But as soon as it left and dropped, it would just sit there, and then you couldn't pick it up again because it's left. So I had to make it. I had to put a little icon here, and then it angles towards it. So when I'm dragging it, it's actually pointing towards the center point here. That happens a lot. It is the glitchiest part of the game. I cannot fix this in any way because the physics engine's a bit chunky when it comes, because I turn the physics off. When I pick this up, this has no physics. As soon as it leaves, it gets physics again, and the balls are inside each other or near each other, and they get very confused. A tap of R gets rid of that problem, though. Because this is only at the start, and when you accidentally pop the white ball, you'll get this as well. So yeah, the ball constantly angles towards here, and when it actually goes out, it pops back 5 pixels, so it's back in place. But if you really ram it, you can lob it out, and then you can tap it back in. It just gently taps itself back in, which is quite nice. The first version actually didn't have this little ball that follows the mouse. It actually had a little cross. And because I thought the cross would be accurate. But the problem was, if you wanted to, say, hit the ball up, this ball up high, I mean, it'll go off in that direction a little bit, people would put the cross on here and then fire. But you see, the ball there would be hitting it there. So when people were putting the cross on here, that's like where the exact center of the ball would be hitting. So people got very confused because the cross was right on the end of the mouse pointer. People got very confused and were like, well, it's pinging off in the wrong directions. I'm like, no, there's a ball there. You're firing an actual ball. So I put the ball on, so when you fire it, you actually hit it more like that instead of hitting it like that and going, the physics are broken. So having the ball is more useful for that. The ball disappears when you put the thing over there, so you know you're doing it. You can take a shot from there. Again, I think the Q collides with stuff. It genuinely looks like sometimes the Q collides with stuff. There's a bug there, but see, that's not my fault. There's something tweaky with the physics there. I didn't get anywhere near it. Just stay away from it. You can go kind of close to the edge, just don't go too close to the balls. In fact, there is an area where you're not allowed to go around all of them, but it didn't seem to do anything. Like, there's an instant drop here, this doesn't work, but... right, shall we take a shot? There. Nice. So, I tried to make it, it's a lot lighter, this second version. It's a lot, the balls feel... Because they were really dense and heavy in the very first version. I saw released the first version as a web. I don't think I'll be doing this as a web because it absolutely crippled the server a little bit. I mean, it stood up, it stayed fine, but it would have cost me a hell of a lot of money if everybody played this on the web. In fact, the original version of this game was 16 megabytes, and this version is now 2 megabytes. That was some slight optimization I did there. I'm going to take a right-clicky shot there. Super power shot, hope something. Oh, I thought something would flop in. Damn it. We can probably pop that one. So this ball needs to go in that sort of direction. So if we clock it there, we can pot it. Hey! So, yeah, you may have noticed, you probably don't see it. It sort of bounced at a slightly irregular angle. These aren't at the angles they say there are. They're slightly more angled to get it in, because I wanted the game to be more fun than actual snooker and stuff. Because everybody makes proper snooker games. This is one that I want you to be really good at potting in. There. Whoop. Oh, that wasn't powerful enough. You lose a point if you hit the wrong kind of ball. If you hit a red, it's essentially just a free-for-all and you can bash around. You lose a point if you hit the wrong ball. You lose a point... it used to be 3 points if you pop the white ball, but everyone was just dying 5 seconds into the game, so I took that away. Oh! yeah, I tuned the physics up, and they actually hold quite well, nicely now. There's a lighting engine. There's actually real-time dynamic lighting happening to all the balls, and it moves. It's a moving light, so you can see, if you look behind, see the brown ball, you can see the lights moving, because it's sort of like the swaying light. It's always swaying, the light above the snooker table. It's always gently swaying, so you got that lovely shadow effect. It just gives the balls a lot of depth, because I've got no, like, 3D effect on them or anything, so it makes them look not crap. I'm going to hit the pink and then pop the black. No punishment for that! Ow! What the... What? I don't know what happened. Something shot in there. What the hell shot in there? There's a bug I kept in, and that might have been an instance of it. As if, say, I pop the pink now, and the pink appears on that spot, but there's already a ball occupying it. The ball occupying it would just fling off. Like, I worked out a way of moving out of the way, but it was so much less fun. Like, I'm not going to make very serious games, because I'd much rather the stupidity... Ass. I'd much rather stupidity over, getting stuff, which is annoying because this game is completely wrong. There's loads of stuff. Like, the reason I did Snooker was I wanted to make a game. Because I have no fucking clue how to make a video game, like none whatsoever. I have no programming skill. I have no nothing. So my brain went, hey, you know, it'd be a really good idea while you're bored if you could make like convert the rules of a game you know into programming code and see how that works. And I worked out the most important thing is planning, because I didn't, and that's why this game is a mess. It's like 170 events. The little software that I use, which is great software, because you don't actually type anything. You sort of go, right, I want this thing. When this thing does this, I want these things to happen. So you're still programming, you're still setting your variables, etc., global variables, whatever. You still have to set all those things. It is still coding, but it's done in a more visual way, which I can cope with, because it's more sort of... Yes. It's a lot more visual, and I do visual better, because if I see code, like a wall of code, it just looks like a wall of text. I can't... Even with comments are just more text to read, you know? It doesn't break apart nice enough. Even if it's just different colours, I can't process that. But this way, I can process it a lot better. And it's pretty... I mean, I didn't come up with many... Once or twice I came up with, like, little bugs that it did. What's that? Yeah, once or twice there were a few little strange bugs that came across. I'm only using left click. I find that's a problem. I only use left click. Let's use a middle click for this one. Much slower shot. Much nicer. So yeah, I'll show you all the shots off. So this is the smash it really hard right click shot. We have the standard left click. Thank you. Standard left clicky. Boop. Fucking bang like that. Then we have the middle click, much more gentle, and then we have the absolutely tiny middle scroll, which I use very rarely, which is just a little shot like that. But that was it. Most of the time I just do everything with just like the left click or the right click. Ooh, that span. I made the ball spin. I did it so they actually do, when they're rolling along here, they are spinning. They're not just sliding along as a physics object. They do rotate, which is why they then wobble off a little bit. I don't know if the real balls do that. I didn't like sit down and study the physics of snooker balls. I decided just to make something in 12 hours or so. See, if I pop the black now, that one's going to just piss off. So let's pop the black. Oh, I missed entirely. Let's hit something before I lose a point. Damn it. The cue appears actually before the ball stops. That's actually by design, because I like the idea that you can line your shot up and then take it and then the ball stops. It just sort of... I like just shaving fractions of seconds of the game time off, just wherever I can. So if you want to take a shot like that, who demand? Yay! Red ball ping off. I love that. I think that's stupid. I really like that. So yeah, when the ball stops moving, so if you just watch the white ball, you'll see it's just still moving, and then it sort of stops. So it just gives you that little bit of time. So if you line a shot up and take it, the ball will have stopped by then, but you've just shaved a few seconds off. Blue. Ah, I thought that would go off and hit the blue. Damn it! I've played this a lot. I most of the time spent doing building this game was playing it and then getting to the bit that didn't work and going, why doesn't this work? Yeah, no, the system it didn't have like huge amount of limitations. There was one that really pissed me off, and that's the main menu. Because when you hit restart, which I'm not going to do now, I wanted the main menu not to come back. I didn't want how job because then you have to push R and then space again, and that's not really nice design. I just wanted it to be I wanted it just so you push R and it just goes straight back in the game. You just bam straight back in. But to do that, I had to. I set a thing that says when you press R, the layout, which is how the game what you see here resets. The whole fucking world resets. All the global variables reset, and then you set the global variable of is the menu on to no, the menu's not on. Let's keep that off now. But it didn't work, and I have no idea why it didn't work. It was because it runs from the top down. The way the sheet works, the event sheet that you build runs from the top down, and it's sort of I don't know why that didn't work. So I did when you push R, it manually resets every single variable individually, but not the main menu one. So that's a stupid workaround that I had to do. But I like that. I like having to fix a problem. There. Oh, I didn't even see the red ball. There's not a huge amount of punishment. Because I could have made a really punishing snooker game that goes, no, that's wrong, because that would have been a foul shot, because I hit the wrong ball first if I'd nominated the yellow. But I had a nomination thing. This was actually a nomination thing up here for a little while. You had to click it and it would highlight it, and then you'd have to pot that one. But it just got, I don't know, it's kind of boring. I didn't want to make proper snooker, and I decided that quite early on. It was just like, that doesn't really work for me. Ah, shit! That would have been cool. I can put the black from here though. I'm going to have to use a smaller shot. Boop. That's the middle click. Nice. That's 24 points. Doing quite well. The game now works out your efficiency when you're done. So it takes like the minimum amount of shots you can make, which I've called 36. Because if you go red, black, 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 etc. till the red's gone, and then just pot the colours, that's 36 shots. And also that's 147 points. So that's what the game is measuring you on. If you can do 147 points in 36 shots, you will get 100%. It can be done in slightly less. It is possible to get, because if you pot, say, 2 balls at once or something, or a red then a black, I don't foul that, so you can get more than 100%. I don't know if anybody ever will, or if it's even possible with the slightly wonky physics this game's got glued to it. Whoop. I've got to go for reds now, don't I? But maybe, just maybe. All the sounds and stuff, all the little funk, clink, punks, I actually had on my computer. I had loads of pull sound effects on my computer that I got, because I got a lot of sound libraries when I was doing machinima work, and for some reason I had a lot of pull stuff. So they were just there. Thank you. So yeah, I did record myself saying thank you, but I couldn't reverb it enough so you didn't hear it was me, which is irritating, because I had to put the sound quality down low because I was doing a web version, and then I put it back up for the desktop version. Bullshit, did that miss? So the way I actually do this, hitting the pocket isn't the thing. There was like a little black dot in the pocket, which is what people hit. But when I widened these up, it was possible to get a white ball through the gap, and the ball would just fall off the table. You'd be like, oh, okay. The table has shadows as well, if you can't see there, but not these yellow bits, and I have absolutely no idea why. Just the brown bit of the table. Interesting. Actually, the physics was completely a mess when I first started this, because all the ball kept flying through this thing here, because I made it this thick. But if it was moving from this frame to this frame, like in one frame, it would go from here to here. It would just bypass it. So these are now like hyper thick. They're these huge, massive, bloody great walls of solidness. So the ball will never go through them. Hopefully, maybe it's possible. I'm not gonna try it now. What do we want to part? The black. A lot of people like saying, oh, I want a line of sight so I can see stuff. I built one into the game. It's called Use the Q. The only reason I added the Q, well, one was to make something face an angle, because I wanted it to constantly be facing the angle and then change and adapt. But I thought that's a really cool way of measuring stuff out. Like, so I thought, can I hit the black? No, I'll hit the red. So if you ever want to measure something out, you just use the Q. That's the point of it. It's little things like that I know no one will ever see, and that's just my just my stupid brain. I'm gonna make some strange games, but I had to make one like this generally was just something I was like, because I've been building a few little just tests for myself just to see what I can do, and this really was hit something. Oh no, this was a test just to see what I could do, really, just to see what I could do with the stuff, and then it sort of exploded and expanded, and it went a little bit bigger than I thought it would be. This is easily the biggest thing I've ever made. But I decided to polish it. I thought it could do with a bit of polish and maybe even release something. Ready. Wada! Oh, it's slow. Nicely done. Alright, we're going to try a little click shot. Oh, jammy git. So yeah, they're no longer dots, these holes. They're like a little black bar at the bottom here. It's actually slightly ovaled up like that. So there is like, if the ball is on the edge like there, it won't go in. It won't click, but as soon as it goes over, I think it's 3 pixels into the black, it will say that it's fallen in. So I try to make it fair, but these are at different angles and stuff, so they're all... I try to make it fair, but a lot of this game was lying to make it more fun. Just like real life. Oh, that was far too hard. I clicked one I shouldn't have done. Anyway, let's pot some things. I got some weird bugs. Like, there was one of my favorite bugs I got was the way I've done the scoring. Like, I fucked up. I should have planned from the start and gone and specified this is a turn, these are the things that happen in a turn, but I didn't, so I had to build things on. So the way I used to score, if you misclicked, was once you click, so as soon as you, if you missed the ball, sorry, if you clicked, it would then register, it would go from when the ball started to when the ball stopped. If nothing was hit in that time, then it would be, it would count as a foul, and you'd lose the point. But what happened was if you clicked at all, like now, you'd just be losing points. You just, every time you clicked, you'd lose a point. I couldn't work out, because I was just losing points. I was like, why am I losing points? And that was the reason. Oh, there was another one that's actually still in the web version, because I haven't actually released this one yet. There's, if you hit a red ball, like, if you hit the correct ball, but then the white ball bounces off and hits the wrong ball, yeah, that's a foul. That's not supposed to be there. That's a complete fuck-up. That's the biggest fuck-up in it at the moment. But, I've got rid of that one. In fact, I couldn't work out how to make make it so you have to hit the right colour. So when it was the red's turn or when it was the colour's turn. I couldn't work out how to do that. But in fixing that bug, that system just started working, and I have no idea why. So I sort of lucked into that. Oh, shit. Oh, this is going to be a cheaty shot. I didn't wait for the ball to slow down. I was like, you know what? Let's just take that shot a little earlier. Okay, right. It's sort of, a lot of people are like, I want the laser precision stuff. Yeah, but you know exactly where the ball's going to hit. I mean, you really do. I know. It's applauding. It's not like exactly the fastest game in the world. You'll hear that song a fair few times. Whoop. Hit it wrong. All the physics engine is shit, and you can blame either one, because they don't look like perfect circles. If you play this like full screen, you'll see that they aren't even slightly perfect circles. They're very jaggedy. Even though there's a little bit of anti-aliasing on, a very small amount. But they are actually modelled as perfect circles, even though they don't look it. So the problems shouldn't really be with the physics engine. Okay, you go to you. Okay, I need to hit this yellow ball where? So this yellow ball I need to hit sort of here. So that means I need to hit this green ball here. Oh, missed it entirely. What how many of you are like, that's going to work? He's going to hit that. No. I'll let that one in there. Oh, spam it. You can actually see them when they spin because you can see their shadow because it looks like a hexagon move around a bit. So you can see when you've spun a ball. Let's start potting things. Start potting anything. I'll start hitting home. When I played this, I used to have Oh, this is a bug, and I cannot work out why this is a thing, right? So I've set all the win conditions and what has to happen to win. It's all based around which balls have been destroyed. The balls only get destroyed if all the reds are destroyed, etc., etc. So it's placed sort of by the rules, that bit. Oh, nice shot. But if I fake the win conditions by changing the global variables myself, so setting it so the game wins, so when I go into the game just for debugging, everything's working absolutely fine. Everything's finished. The game's finished with this score. This game doesn't work like that. For some reason, if I put in all the variables, it just doesn't work. It just says, no, this isn't finished, play. But I've set everything, every condition says that it's winning, so I can't anymore cheat this game into winning. Which is strange. Oh, that stopped suddenly. The walls are a little magnetic. Oh, I actually changed the bounciness of these as well. But they're a little magnetic, and that's kind of awkward and irritating. That pink would have gone in then. I have no idea why the walls are as magnetic as they are. But they are, so that's a thing. Ooh, crap. The things sort of get stuck to them a little bit more than I want. And I have no idea what's causing that at all. Like I said, it is literally a first attempt at making anything ever, so it is a little sort of off in places. Get that wrong. The green I should be able to pot. So let's see, just draw a line, work out a line, and then work out where you need to hit it. Should just go straight in. It should. Probably won't. Who am I? Doop. Ooh. Ooh. Yay! Oh, 3 pixels of goodness. Right. Alright, okay. Yeah, there was pop the pink. Did I lose points without gain points? Oh, I don't know if I've set that bit up properly. That's interesting. I think I have. I can't remember now. If you notice, the red ball has vanished from here, so you know the next shot is yellow. It's just a... By the white, only 1 point thing now. Let's test this. Can we pick up the ball? We can. Oh yeah, having the gaps here, here, and here. So this is why I see that QA testing is important. Because I've got the gaps you can't move to here, here, and here, but there's a ball just sitting here, so I could just plant on that ball. Should we do that? Let's try and break it. Let's, yeah. And then let go, and the physics happens. And I lost points. Fuck. But that didn't count as a shot. That didn't count as a shot, so yeah. That doesn't quite work. I wonder how I would do that. I'd probably what I would do is I'd have a fix with that is each ball would have like another orb around it sort of thing that's invisible and just goes with it. I do that quite a lot. Like the Q is actually 2 Qs. There's the Q you see and the Q you don't, and the Q that you don't see is the shadow. So the shadow is being caused by the Q that you don't see. Because when I take the shot, which makes the animation happen, which is that poop forward, which is the same for every shot. I didn't make any more animations. The shadow for that elongates, and then it stays. It's elongated the whole time because it takes in all the animation to account. So the shadow actually sticks out a lot further than it should. So I have a static cue that's just the shadow. So if you notice when you take a shot, the shadow doesn't actually follow the ball. So watch the shadow. It didn't follow the cue. Sorry. Which is I know. Applause, bastards. It's a problem, but you don't really notice it. You noticed a lot more when the shadow was prominent. Oh crap! And was I saying something? Probably about a bug. How awful I made it. It's so cobbled together. It really is the most cobbled of cobbleds in the world. Yeah, it plays quite nicely. I think that was really important. Was to make a game. Oh. Snooking myself here. See if I hit the black, I'll lose a point because it's not the right ball to hit. It plays quite nicely. Now, far too hard. What was I thinking? And I'll lose a point for that. I didn't want to make it, yeah, sort of a death anymore because it essentially became the survival horror of snooker at the start because a few people have done videos on it and they were just fucking up. I'm like, oh god, I made something awful. That was far too hard. See, when I hit it harder, it has a lot more spin when it hits these. And alright. We're going to hit you there. Oh, off a little bit. In fact, there are slight shadows on here, and these are fully shadowed. So apparently the light is in all 4 corners, even though it's actually here. Don't know why that's happening. Oh, that was bad. Oh, that's double bad. I wonder if I can lose 2 points for that. Oh, the game is programmed correctly. Oh, yeah. That's the thing is there's so many variables. I can't really test them all. Right, pink shot. Pink in. And come on. Bounce in. Go in! I may have hit that a little bit too hard. Right, you go over that. And we'll just pop the black to finish. We'll miss it entirely. Pop the black to finish. Hang on, let's get the angles right. There! Oh. I hit the wrong click. Oh, I hit the wrong click and it span out entirely. That's a point lost. Go in! Hey! I scored 67 and 85 shots, which gives me an overall efficiency of 44%. So, yeah, it basically, I've worked out the 2 percentages, which I did, it took me a laughably long time to work out 2 percentages. And then I have a slightly weighted average of the both. But, so, seriously, I couldn't work out, like, because I was made the equation for the 2 percentages of, I've scored 67 points. Destroys the whiteboard. Oh, good, that did work. So you can't actually play the game in the background. You scored 67 points out of, like, so 36 is 100%, and then 67 would be, you know, whatever percentage of the, if that's 100%, it worked it out. And then 85 shots out of 147. And it took me so fucking long to realise that for the shots, the score, sorry, I'm working under, so 147 and under, and for the amount of shots, it's 36 and up. So I have to work the percentages out in different ways. It took me so fucking long to work that out. Push R, you restart, and you get to go again. So yeah, that's how to snooker. A lot of mistakes made. But I learned from them. I learned a stupid amount from this. It's really good to have something done, you know. I just sat down this morning, fucking bashing something out now, and it was a good feeling. And it's fun to play. Like the first version, not so much, but this version, yes, finally nailed that shot. This version, a lot more fun to play. It's got the it's just a lot easier to pot, really. That's what it is. Hang on, do we have a clear line through there? Oh, we do. Ready? Hurrah! It's nice. It's a nice little snooker game that I am chuffed with. It's nothing like I said I would make, but I think I needed to make it just so I could break down the rules of snooker into programming language. Just the way programming works, just so I can get it in my head of this is... If someone says these rules to you, this is how you set that in the real world. And I think that was really important. Oh, shit. That was a really important thing to sort of think about and get done. Because it's you know... That's like the first step. People are like, oh, the program will tell you how to teach Hello World. No. You need to tell me why we're doing all this stuff in a real-world example. This is why mechanics is the easiest math. Because you just go, you see mechanics and you're like, this thing hits this thing at this speed, what's the total resultant speed? You go, oh, it's easy because I can think about that's going click and I know what's going on over there. But if you sit down and you have a fucking thing with dy by dx and a fucking integral sign, your brain goes, I cannot apply this in any way whatsoever. And even if you tell me it's easy, I ain't learning shit. So yes, this was a learning exercise that you can now go and play, because I think it's pretty done. I might tweak the text to clean it up because of that little spelling. There may be a few spelling mistakes in this. I might release it and then people might find some bugs and stuff, and I might do one more bug fix on it. I don't want to just sit with this forever. I do want to try and make a new game every month, though. Like, one a month. Like, take a day out and just make something in a day. Because that's more me. It's a YouTuber thing. That's what it is. It's like, I have no, like, want of planning whatsoever. Like, I don't want to sit down and go, I'm making a movie and it's going to take 2 years and it'll be done and it'll be great. I'm very much, I'm going to sit down and by the end of the day, this is fucking finished. I don't like long plans. I like things short term, and that works really well for me. There's a slight bug there, but no. It's basically what I did with the white ball. Like, if you hit a ball, when the white ball starts slowing down... Oh, I hit the ping there. That potted a lot of stuff. When the white ball starts slowing down, the other balls slow down faster. So when the white balls stop, the other balls get increased... their physics, they slow down faster when the ball's stopped. Basically just so the white ball slows down with everything else. So watch, black ball's going at that sort of speed, white ball slows down, and they sort of stop at the same time. That's a nice little thing. So yeah, I don't really like long projects and stuff. Fuck it, because it's just, it's not my speed. I like to do something like this in a day. And this is not bad for a one-day, first ever gaming project. With no programming knowledge whatsoever. Learning this was pretty cool. All I've done is the tutorials for Construct 2, which is free. I've got the paid version because I need to do more than 100 events. But if you want a free version, you can actually go and tinker around with the free version as well. And it's a real good little bit of software. You just need to apply a little bit of art. I mean, because I didn't want something that was art heavy either, because I just wanted something that I could just make balls and go and all that sort of thing. And the first thing was actually I was going to do bowling, and I was like, bowling has like no real serious rules. I wanted something that's actually a bit complicated and hard to do, so I sort of set myself a kind of a challenge with that. And I think it came out okay. Overall, I think this came out okay. It's easily not the best snooker game in the world, but if we were back in the days of the Amiga, then it might have been third. That's it. That's just a slightly rambly look at how I made a thing. Thank you very much for watching, and final awesome shot, go! Bollocks. Well, you can download this in the description, have a play for yourself, and do it better than me. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for playing. Ta-ra. Thank you. Thank you, yes, thank you. And now, the same song again.